Hey, what's up guys, OSG here, and as we've been looking at the cream of a crop of racing games, I think it's time to look at the sludge at the bottom of the bargain bins now. Although using the word bargain for any of these games is a joke. Today we will be looking at the 20 worst Commodore 64 racing games that were ever made. There are some on this list that we know will be there, but when you see some of these, well, all I can say is oh my god. Anyway, here it is, the 20 worst Commodore 64 racing games from bad to worst. In 20th place we have the arcade classic known as Super Hang-On, one of the worst conversions of the game on any system. The controls are suspect to say the least, and after we saw how good Super Cycle was in the best video, this is really poor and deserves better. Nineteenth position is taken by Days of Thunder. Yes, you heard right, 19th, so you know what a load of dross is going to be in the rest of this list. The game is totally disjointed with what seems like no real gameplay mechanic for the corners which suddenly appear. The machine is in 18th place. Straightforward obstacle dodging top down crap here. I actually tried hard to get this 30-second footage without crashing, but the oil on the road just makes that impossible. In 17th place we have Go-Kart Simulator. Now up here in the northeast we have a great go-kart track, and this is nothing like go-kart, and never mind the simulator. I mean, who thought of a name for this below par pile of crap? Sixteenth position is taken by Aqua Racer. This one looked promising until I actually hit the throttle and realised that everything on the water tracks you like a homing missile, making this game virtually unplayable. Aspar GP Master takes 15th place. First of all, I have no idea why they only used half the screen, it just looks stupid. Then, the gameplay is totally hopeless too. Graphics wise it's not that bad, but the real reason it ain't further up on this list is the music, which is by the great Jerome Tell. In 14th place we have Rally Driver. It's crap as you can see, but it's still an improvement on what we have in store for us later with hard driving. I think the main problem with this game is it's just so basic looking. When you think of it, it's the exact same concept as Test Drive, but this is so wrong. Thirteenth position is taken by Turbo Esprit. This game is not to be confused with the Lotus games, as I'm sure that Gremlin Games would turn in their graves if they knew that there was a link. It's neither here nor there, and although I played this for a while, I still have no idea what I'm supposed to do, or even cared for that matter. 1000 Miglia is in 12th place. Now when I think of 1000 Miglia, I think of a super cool fast arcade game, but this is as far from that as you could get. It's a different aspect than the isometric arcade racer, and it also has no speed or fun. In 11th place we have 500cc Grand Prix, another motorbike game here, and one that, to be honest, reminds me of Supercycle in looks. Unfortunately, that's all it's got, as the gameplay is woeful. I mean, look at the bends, you don't even have to turn half the time. Tenth position is taken by probably the most well-known game on the list, and that's Chase HQ. This was an absolutely massive game in the arcades, but failed on so many home systems. So much so, the best 8-bit version is the Amstrad. Anyway, this is a terrible game that fails in every department. Rally Simulator is in 9th place. I wanted to like this as I love the top-down racing concept, but it's just abysmal. The biggest issue on this game is the fact that you can't actually get past the other cars unless you have a stroke of pure luck. It's a shame really, as I think with a few tweaks this could have been okay. In 8th place we have Crazy Cars 2. This is the second Crazy Cars game for Titus. The first one was rubbish, and this one is equally as rubbish. The graphics are okay, the colour is okay, but the gameplay is like someone has put no thought into it at all, resulting in your car just veering from left to right. Seventh position is taken by WEC Le Mans. This is a massive game and one I rushed out to buy, and boy was I disappointed when it loaded up. At first I was impressed with the loading screen and game graphics, but then realised that cornering was so difficult and the rival cars seemed to do their best to manoeuvre into you, making this game virtually unplayable. Speedway takes 6th position. This is a weird one as it's so basic, but the motorbikes move well for a Speedway concept. The biggest problem with this game is the speed, which is the ultimate killer. I actually sped this up in WinVice and it was playable and somewhat enjoyable, but as a standard game, it's tripe. In 5th place is Rik the Roadie. Totally unknown game here to me, and when I fired it up I thank God for that. It's got the Ghostbusters car section vibes, but it's neither fun nor playable like that game was. The cars just seem to pounce out onto the screen without giving you any time to move and avoid them causing you to crash. Fourth position is taken by Crazy Cars, the seed for Crazy Cars 2, and this one is even worse. The car bounds around on the road like a rodeo bull, the cornering is nigh on impossible, and the whole game is just a massive letdown. Cisco Heat takes 3rd place. Everyone knew this would be up here as it's renowned for being bad. I literally could tear everything in this game to pieces, and except for the intro screen there's nothing that could redeem how bad it is. From the graphics to the sound it's just one big mess, and the gameplay is on another level of crapness. Second place is taken by the abomination known as hard driving. Many people would have thought this was definitely going to be top, but wait until you see that game. This is the C64 part of the super popular real driving arcade experience. What we got is a game that just looks crap, and I think the frame rate is slower than a PowerPoint slideshow. The car is uncontrollable, and everyone who bought this game will hate Dormark forever. And now, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, in first place we have the ultimate C64 racing game turkey, and that's 911 Tiger Shark. If I didn't know better I would have thought this was some kind of crappy first attempt at a game, but no, it's a release from Elite. The graphics look like a nursery kid's first attempt with the paintbrushes, and the gameplay is, well, there is none. The car can just go anywhere and then bails to the bottom of the screen for no reason. Honestly, the person who signed this off for release to the public should be shot. Okay, that's it for this video. I'd love to tell you that I had fun making this, but really I never. A few laughs, yes, but the gameplay in these games was excruciatingly bad. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what your worst racing games were on the C64. And please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more great retro content. Till next time, this is OSG, signing out.